What's going on, family? I wanted to give you guys a backyard tour of my garden. This is July 13th of 23. And I just wanted to share with you how the garden's doing now and what I have growing. So right here along the fence line, I have my grapevine. It's been planted in the ground for about 2 years and it's producing grapes. This is its first year of producing grapes and they look so pleasant. Very beautiful. I'm very proud of these. I hope to have an abundant harvest from the grapevine. I also have some rosemary cuttings here. I had cut my big bush down, but I didn't want to totally lose my rosemary plant, so I planted some in this pot and they seem to be thriving, so I'm happy for that. Along here I have some cucumber. These are my cucumber vines. I have this little section here and it's doing well. Do I see any cucumbers? Oh, it's a tomato plant in there also. I see a lot of flowers but no cukes yet. Oh, there's one. There's one right there. Along here I have some green beans growing, so I'm good with that. This down here is my turtle enclosure. My turtle's name is Matilda and I don't see her. So in this pot is my cherimoya tree. It's doing well. It's producing flowers right now, but nothing has set. These are the flowers. Gosh, these are the flowers and they're all over, so nothing's set yet. In the back I have my pomegranate tree. It's humongous and it's doing so well. It's pumping out a lot of pomegranates and they're all the way to the top. I don't know if you can see it. Let's zoom in on one of them. There's one right here. They're still small, but they're still growing. They should be ready to harvest by November, so I'm very proud of them. This has been in the ground for maybe 6-7 years. I'm not even sure, I lost count. Along here I have a tomato plant in a pot on its own. It seems like these are going to be some big tomatoes. I'm really not sure what variety it is, but it's different from my other tomato plants, so I think the tomatoes will be bigger. In this corner I have my pear tree, and it has, I think it's 4 or 5 different varieties on this one tree. And so the branch towards the back was first to bloom. That bloomed, I think, in February. Oh, it has some aphids. I just noticed the aphids. We're gonna have to spray that. Oh man, they're all over. I guess aphids like pear trees. So that's where it's at. It's in the ground. I have this pot next to it. Something else was buried there, but this one's actually in the ground. This is my dragon fruit. I'm not really too happy with my dragon fruit. It produced a lot of flowers last year, and I see some coming out now. And there's one over here too, but all the flowers died, so I'm not sure. Nothing got pollinated. I'm not sure what's going on. Right here is the newest to the family, this guy right here. This is a carambola starfruit. First year in the ground. It's about maybe 3 foot. Doing well. Has some spots on the leaves, but nothing major. And so I can't wait for this to flourish. Over here on the side, I'm thinking, I know you're thinking, what is that? That is a mullein plant tree now. It's almost a tree. And it's humongous, and it has a little side shoot right here coming from the bottom stem, bottom stalk. So I've been harvesting from the leaves this past year, so now the second year it grows into the flowering stage. So that's where we're at now. So I'm gonna start a new one because I don't know after the second year of mullein if the plant dies or not. I'm not sure. Panning over here is my caracara tree, and it's gotten big. I need to cut that. That looks weird. But it's big and it's round and it's beautiful, and it has a lot of oranges on here. See, they're still green, they're still small, maybe about 2 inches or so in diameter, but it's they're all over. They're green, so you can't really see them when you stand back, but this one normally ripens around Christmas, around the Christmas time. So when it does light up, it's like a Christmas tree. Well, not light up, but you know, turn orange. When the fruit turned orange, it's like a Christmas tree. This down here is another mullein. I have it in a pot, not really looking too healthy. In the back, I have some pumpkins. They're growing. Just random baby pumpkins from Halloween last year. I took the seeds and spread them out throughout the yard, and so that's what came up. Throughout this garden tour, you will see random pumpkins everywhere. This is my apple. This is the apple. I got it free from the city. They were doing a tree giveaway, so I was able to manage this Granny Smith apple tree. First year in the ground, doing okay. It did have a little baby apple on here, but the bugs got to it. When it was very little, and so I just picked it off because I knew I wasn't going to eat it. But yeah, it's doing good. It's doing well. Over here is oregano. I harvest from this bush consistently, so I love it. Over here is my mango tree. It's tall. It's gotten big. It's gotten an extra 2-3 feet on it. I like to keep it kind of not too tall when it's time to harvest, but it does have a lot of mangoes. Look at that. All the little baby mangoes, they're still growing. Excuse the breeze. Look how many are on this one little cluster right here. So I'm not sure when these will be ready, but I think it's September. Yeah, they have a long way to go. They have a lot more growing to do, but that's my mango tree. Over here I have some herbs. I have stevia. I just harvested from this one yesterday. Sliding over here is sage. I've had sage in the ground for about a year already. It's doing well. I need to harvest from it. I haven't harvested, that's why it's looking like the bugs got to it. And in the back over here is thyme. I need to harvest as well. This is good for teas and cooking. Here's my little seed starting tray. I have some lettuce, bell pepper, peppers, broccoli, collards. A few things are coming up, but yeah, still in the beginning stages. That's part one of this backyard tour. I'm gonna have a two-part tour to this because I have a whole nother side of yard. All these pots right here have different things in it, all towards the back. And I know you're trying to figure out what's going on back there. So I'll explain. That's my nectarine, and you see the pumpkins. So it's a whole bunch of stuff over there that we'll get to a different time. That's part one of this backyard gardening tour. And I hope to see you in part two. Ciao.